What a day. I think so. What a day. What a day. Okay. Is that thing live?
I think we are. It just turned on the eye for Rumble.
Ooh. Can I stand here and have a heart attack?
Small one. Yes,
Small one.
I see you.
All right. I don't know what was going on with the live stream, but it refused to go live. Are we alive? Are we dead? Are we live? All right. Wow. Good afternoon. I'm so sorry. We just, chaos and mayhem. And Encrypt is on my case. So I can't even go and answer him. Nicole, do me a favor. Just check on my chat over there. Encryptus was asking. All right, everything. Okay. All right. Well, welcome. Good afternoon. Goeiemiddag. Damn. What a day, man. What a day. Trying to test, and we, been running around with customers.
Wrong internet provider. I'm changing it.
Okay.
Give it a second. It's probably going to dip.
All right,
and
no
bottom
problem.
out.
No problem. So we're also on the wrong internet provider because my other laptop didn't want to work, and the program was freezing. And anyway, long story. So there's probably going to be a small dip, but it should come right back.
I think we're back up. So just explain what that was.
All right, if there was a dip in the transmission, we have two internet providers. One has got no speed and one has got good speed. I still had it on the no speed one, so Nicole popped it over. All right, yeah, I think it's all working. All right, so good stuff. Good afternoon, goeiemiddag. Welcome in. We've had a bit of a challenging day today, so we're a little behind. I had my breads up here. They fell, so all my breads are flat. So hopefully I can bake them a little later. I've got a fire going, but we've had such a rainstorm here in DFW that I had to almost come to work with my canoe today. So that's been an interesting thing. So I've got a bunch of onions. I wanted to make some already and just to test, but I haven't gotten around to that. So without further ado, let me tell you guys what we are going to do today. So what I'm going to try and do is, I saw these bacon wrapped stuffed onion rings online, and I thought, man, that's a good idea. And then, the more I was thinking about it, the practicality, I'm like, fuck, I don't really know how these things are going to work. But anyway, so what I did was, I don't want to stuff it with like just normal full meat. So what I did is I made some mince beforehand. So we've got some mince here with which we can now stuff these onions. I got the onions, I got the bacon, and then I wanted to make, because I've also seen everybody's into these meat roll things now. Now, to be fair, if you step aside here, I made two. Now, I don't have the old string to tie them up with, so I just wrapped them in some cellophane just to keep them tight. So we'll pull them out in a little bit, and I'm going to throw those on the fire. Can I greet everybody?
Yes, only if you continue saying stuffed meat and tight.
Tight stuffed meat.
Hey everyone, welcome in, and thank you so much for the raid, Viva and Bright Gaming.
Thank you very much. That is awesome. Hopefully we can do a bit of interesting cooking. So I think what I'm going to do, because I got two meat rolls, I'm going to start with the onions, because these things I have a suspicion is going to give me a lot more trouble than I am bargaining for. Because the other problem we got is, we got real thick bacon. We don't do the thin little bacons like these guys do. So I've got like bacon.
Did you tell them how fun today's been? So we're going to say today is Murphy's Day. Today is the day of Murphy's Law. And I am sure most of you guys are well aware of Murphy's Law. So whatever's going to go wrong will. And we accept it.
No, I have been forcefully pushed into accepting it, because I've been fighting it all day. I've been trying to be, we got a kid.
What
by the way, happy birthday.
Birthday boy
happy
here.
Birthday.
I think that's what it is.
Happy 1 year birthday, young man.
1 year old today. That's what it is.
All right, I'll just leave these up here. But anyway, so it's been a fucking disaster. Anyway, all right, let's fucking zen this thing out of our mind. I don't know.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Nothing fun in here either.
Oh, that should be a huge amount of alcohol. All right, so I'm gonna try and see how to do these. because you take an inner and an outer piece of the onion. So we'll see, and they're supposed to be pretty thick. So these are not huge onions by any means. So I'm gonna press these out. Yeah, let me get the skin off first.
That's okay. That's okay.
Does he smell the onion?
I smell the onion. That's a strong onion.
All right, let me just. I don't want to take too much off here.
Waking up my eyes.
Yeah, right. I used to wear contact lenses. Now I just wear nothing, so I can't really see much farther than the camera. I always used to laugh. There was this thing where they said they do the eye test, and the guy's like, "Look at the sun. Can you see it?" And the guy's like, "Yeah." He's like, "So how far do you want to see?" So I'm gonna take the first and the second.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the third and put it inside the first. And I'm going to see if I can take
I think deeper than that.
Yeah, it has to be smaller than that, right?
Smaller than that.
Well, I think our onions might not be big enough.
Did I buy too small of onions?
Yeah. Let me trim that out to see if this thing will pop out a little easier. Normally you can just press these onions and they just fall apart. But apparently today... Well, that's how you get those little onions in the...
Ah, the pearl onions.
Yeah.
Yes. They actually come from real onions. Looky there. You were fascinated watching this.
All right, so let's do it this way.
Yes, that's perfect.
Still not a lot, but okay. I think. So let's see.
Polish dog is so sweet.
The bacon ain't gonna go through that all.
Nope.
There's no way. That one maybe.
Bacon won't fit in that one.
Maybe. That bacon is thick, man. You know what? Maybe we don't. Let me see. I have to think about this. Yeah, it's an onion, man. Okay, this one's coming apart much easier.
I should have gotten bigger onions and smaller bacon.
Yes.
We don't do that.
No. No, let's see. All right. Maybe we just use the outer ones. You know what? Let's do that.
That's okay. We got 4 onions.
Yeah.
That's all
right,
good with me.
So I want to see. Thank you for burning the crap out of my eyes. We're gonna be crying in a minute. Let's see.
I used to wear contacts, and man, that was cheating against onions. It really does help protect your eyes. So without anything, it's a little interesting.
Yeah. So these guys. So I've never made these. All right. So let's see. And I don't want to really waste too much of that. Nope, that's too small or too big. So let me do it that way. That looks like it could work.
Is that better?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
All right. So there's obviously when you make these things, you waste a whole bunch of onions.
That's okay.
Let me see. We take you. I break that one. The one I want to use. That's okay. If there's meat in there, it'll all work out if there's some meat inside.
Did you hear that?
I said that way on purpose. Let me pop this thing
Making
upside
sure everybody
down.
else heard.
Yes.
By the way, Christoph did get a bunch of happy birthdays.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So how about that? How about that?
There we go.
All right. So you put the inside one upside down. Let's see how that works with a wrapping.
That may work well.
Yeah.
I think that solves your problem.
Yeah, I think so. All right. Let me just wash my hands so I don't stick all the what's the name? And we'll see how this works out. I've got a fire going outside. We couldn't put a camera because it's been torrential rains here for like since Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's just been bucketing down. I'm surprised our internet works this time. So you're gonna yak for a minute, yes, and then let me just make sure the fire is going.
Perfect, will do.
Right.
Hey everyone, welcome in. I see we have a lot of newcomers from the raid. Glad to have you. So what we typically do on this channel is live cooking. I will act like I do it. I don't. I am not the one handy in the kitchen. I can replicate some of Anton's recipes, but he is the one who is good with the food. It's the small man's birthday. He is 1 year old today. Thank you, Cam. I hope everyone's having a wonderful week. We have Mother's Day coming up, not this Sunday, of course, but next Sunday. I don't know if you guys are needing anything for the ladies in your life, but we've got a lot on biltongusa.com. And if you use code S.T.F. 10, you can have 10% off on your purchases. I will say, though, that does exclude some of the small sampler packs or the bouquets. A couple of items are excluded from the discounts. Even The 47, but the 47's already heavily discounted. If you are wanting a lot of meat, that is a phenomenal option. If you haven't seen it, check it out. That is 4 pounds of biltong, sorry, 4 half-pound bags of Angus, 4 half-pound bags of Wagyu, and 0.75 of small hot biltong. So it's a lot of meat all at once if you like your meat. Mrs. Sarge, I wondered who that was. Thank you very much. Yes, I did. I told Anton there are some mystery books that have arrived, and I do not know who they are from. The kids saw it too, but we were not sure what to do with it yet. Thank you very much. I'm assuming that's Mr. Sarge and Mrs. Sarge. Or you are like me, and sometimes you do things on the side, and then you tell him later, don't forget we did this, even if you were not invited in that. Ha, you should ask Anton that question. Well, the books I do not think are for me or Anton. I think the books are for the small people, soon to be this one once he gets a little bit bigger. Hey, Cam, thank you for the happy birthday Rumble rant. I appreciate that. Anton will be joining us again here in just a second. Oh my goodness, they will. They love to read. We were just talking, our 5-year-old is on the verge of reading. She has been writing down everything she can lately. I have some note cards, and she has stolen most of them just to write down all of our products in the store. She's practicing. What can we say?
All right, let's see.
They're coloring books there for Anton. Polish, you're on a roll today. Maybe you go around them. Maybe you go around. I don't think you're going to go in between anything.
Let's see.
Yes.
Well, I'll probably have to do a round like that.
And then across.
And then around like this.
Perfect. Hey, bacon around onion will still be good.
All right, yes, but I can't close it up. The whole point was to close it up. All right, so really thick bacon is not the best thing to use with this.
Lightly overlap those.
What do you mean?
Like we do the sticks.
What, like this?
And then do.
No, but it's still going to stick out the sides.
Kind of.
Yeah, I'll have to use 4.
That's okay.
I don't know if that'll work. You see, those guys use paper bacon, man.
They had to have used paper.
Yeah, but also, how big is that onion?
The onion would have been huge.
Yeah. All right, so maybe...
Bacon rocks. I agree. And crispy, the better.
All right, so let's see.
Hey, we've got memberships going out. Mrs. Sarge is on a roll.
Okay.
The Dogman books have been claimed.
Okay, who put
Mrs. Sarge.
Okay, Mrs. Sarge. That is very cool.
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we were trying to figure out. So, you know what?
I'm okay with that, too. We can have mince on the side.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I don't think this bacon is going to work. All right, so you know what? Let me pause with this. All right, because we're obviously going off the
rails
with that. Bad idea. And I should have tested it, and I tried to, man, but it was just such chaos today. So what I will do, all right, so I'm going to move these away so I don't have to worry about the onion. Let me do this, and let me do this. Let me just move those onion pieces off.
Yes.
All right, so what I'm going to do, and this works. This I've tried, and this works. All right, so last week, Friday, I think I did the steak, the tres major.
Yes.
The teres major. So it's basically the teres major is a muscle back here. So it's a nice little, almost fillet-looking steak. All right, and I got some of this, and I was playing around with it, and I thought to myself, it's a little thin, but we might actually be able to use it to do exactly the kind of rolls, and I want to see how that works out. So I'm going to see if I can do it on the back of this paper without me running to get a new one. So I've got 2 pieces here, and you'll see it looks very much like a fillet. All right. I'm going to see how I'm going to cut this guy. So what I'm going to do first off, all right, is I'm going to cut the tips off, because there's no point in trying to kind of cut that out and to make something from it. So I'm going to, because they won't kind of trim open. All right, they won't kind of trim open.
Yes.
So this one's got a little bit of a cut in there already. So I'm going to see if I can capitalize on that and just kind of work my way softly and slowly without going right through.
The tip just for you, Jody and Cam. Thank you for joining.
All right, so we're going to cut that guy that way, and then we're going to go the opposite. I just want to see so I don't mess this thing up. So I'm going to go down the side this way. All right, I'm trying to not make holes. I've got one forming there, so we're going to try and go this way. All right,
I'm going to go give him to his siblings.
Yeah, no problem. And then we're going to
go hang out with your siblings.
Go this way. All right, and then we're going to take this guy and roll him open. So everyone didn't work that well. Now what these guys all do, and I think I've got one, but I don't really use it, is they use a meat hammer and they pound this thing. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep it like this, and I'll just use a little bit less of it. Let's try this one and see. This one might work a little better. The other two I made work really well. And this meat is thicker, but that one had a little problem. So let's take this guy. Let's go on the top here. And you just get my hand here. All right, so we want to cut this guy across. That way. Yeah, this one's working nicely. All right, and then we can take this one. Just take the bottom. Don't go too deep there. All right, there we go. So that looks much better. And what I'll do is, because there's a hole here, all right, I'm going to keep this together. And then what we'll do is we're going to roll it up this way. I just want to see if I cut that a little further to square this out a bit. There we go. All right, so we've got the little flat guy. All right, and then we'll figure out the onions later, because apparently the main thing is not working.
That's okay. More meat.
Bigger
That's
onions.
Fine.
Yeah.
Bigger onions. Smaller bacon. We do big bacon. What can I say?
All right, so you can obviously take a meat mallet and pound this and stretch it and stuff, and I'm not gonna get to that. So the only cheese I got is, my wife likes this Munster smoked cheese, so I bought a big loaf of it, and then I thought, you know what, let me see if I can put some of this. Oh, it's falling. I'm sorry.
It is. I saw. It's okay. I got it.
There's a little piece for you.
I'll
let me
take
put it down
Thank
there.
you.
Right. So I'll see if I can get this guy squared away. Just put that up there. All right. Before we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to do some salt on this guy. All right. And you can talk to the chat.
Sorry, I was trying to not interrupt. We've got some usual suspects on us.
Oh,
I'd like
okay.
to say hello to
Absolutely.
Neuro, Dear Sarge, Andy Pearson, Mrs. Sarge, Cam, Cult Gaming, Polish Dog, who's been nonsense. I like it. Thank you. Bright Can News. We've got Jody, I mentioned a little bit ago. I did see JM Dessa 01. I think maybe first time in. Thank you. And that is not jerky. It is biltong. Christine Anderson. Got some others. Jacob Castro, I saw you in there. If I missed anyone, I apologize. Jesus One Love said happy birthday, big boy. And there's a few I'm not so sure as to how to pronunciate, so I may skip. Sorry, everybody. But when it's a lot of letters, it doesn't actually look like a word. It looks a little much. What can I say?
Some cheese for you.
Thank you.
I don't want to cut this too thick. I want to keep it thin.
Bulldozer. You don't know that person,
Hey,
do you?
Bulldozer.
Yeah.
Welcome in, man.
Welcome.
I'm sorry your streams are just a tad late for me, man.
But they are entertaining.
Yes.
What can we say? They are definitely
Yeah,
entertaining.
Bulldozer's got an awesome podcast if you guys want to watch him.
Yes.
He's normally on around, 9:30 Central. This one is liking to break a lot. 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern.
Government cheese.
Yeah, no, one would think.
Is this my ration?
Yeah, it's the big It's the big loaves, cheaply made. All right, as long as we get some of those.
Jeez. Okay, I'll leave that one.
Yeah,
for you.
no, it's breaking. It's all right.
Hey,
Put
Cult
you there.
Gaming's going live. Looks like an hour from now.
Okay,
Good
Cult
deal.
Gaming, good
Yeah.
deal, good deal. All right, so let's see. Man, do not break that thing. I got to put so much pressure on the loaf. And I'm making a huge mess everywhere.
The cheese. We warned you
cheese
guys.
everywhere.
Today is an interesting day.
Today's been a complete
Today is
mess.
Murphy's Day. Is there a full moon coming up? Can anybody tell me that? I've learned the lunar cycle can be a tad interesting.
All right, I think we're going to stop there with the cheese.
Like,
All right, let me cut this straight. All right, and we can give some of this to the kids.
yes.
Wow.
I'm eating as many nibbles as I can. It's a lot.
Get me a little tray over
Got it.
there. Let me. All right.
If you don't know us, we do have 4 monkeys. Yes, the youngest one just turned 1.
Yeah, we got 4 kids. The youngest one is 1. Careful, because
I
some
know.
dropped
I
there.
don't know
will
where
get
it
a
is.
paper towel now. No, the problem is the cheese is about the same color as the floor. I just want to see so I don't step cheese everywhere. Oh, it's not that much. It's only
It's
1 or
not,
2
okay.
pieces. No, most of the crumbs are on the table. Or under my foot.
Well, hello to those who Viva made come here, and you're still here. Glad
Yes,
to have you.
yes, you have no choice. You must stay with us. You are our slave, and you can watch us do stupid things. Especially today. Today is going to be fun. All right, so that one can go to the 5-year-old
Yes.
who will complain bitterly. The 10 and the 7.
And the 1.
And the 1. There's bits for the 1.
For the 1. Okay, got it. Got
Yeah,
it.
right.
And I'll go check on the people.
Yes. So, for those who don't know, we are actually live in our store. Our store is this side of us. It is a full retail store, and the ding-dongs you hear are customers coming in and out. Generally on a Friday, we don't have people helping us, so if there's a ding-dong, either Nicole or I have to go. So Nicole has to just go talk quickly, and I'm going to put that back in there. That you can use for ground beef, so you can just go grind it up, and I'm going to leave that. Okay, I'm going to close this up because we are probably not going to be using that. Let me take another paper towel here. That'll be good though. And I'll ask Nicole to check on the bread. Maybe we're lucky. I had 4 loaves beautifully sitting here, and they just fell off, and so they are broken. So we're going to put some biltong inside here. I saw people do all kinds of meats, so I thought, you know what, man, this is perfect for biltong. So I'm going to have to ask Nicole to move the phones. Why is that guy so upset? He's actually tired because he only slept an hour and he's supposed to sleep 2.5.
You know the answer. Ding, ding,
Nonsense. 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 So do me a favor. You got to move all those things. I need that
Yes,
cellophane.
yes, that's right.
All right.
I
I gotta
like
go.
being in your way.
Yes. I want
Like
to check the...
standing here doing nothing in your way. It's
Yes,
perfect.
that's all good. So we're going to put some biltong in the middle of this guy.
So biltong, for those who asked about it, it is a cured meat, not a cooked meat. And this is very thinly sliced. Can I show them?
Yeah,
what I did?
sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this in the tray.
So it's not the prettiest because thin sliced biltong, when it's moist like this, doesn't always render the prettiest pieces. But you'll see it is about paper thin. I do have some customers that ask for this. It's not an option on the website, but we can do it if requested. So keep it in mind if you ever want to try very thinly sliced biltong. Works great for stuff like this. What else have we used thin sliced for?
Omelets. I mean, you can use it for anything.
I forgot. We used to do those omelets in the restaurant once upon a time.
Yeah. So do me a favor. Stand over there and
Okay.
pull that for me, and I will roll it up.
Okay.
All right.
I thought
what
I'd
I'm-
eat some of that biltong.
Yeah, no problem. So I'm going to roll this as best as I can to keep everything inside. All right, that hole there is going to mess with me, but that is not the end of the world. So you can take this and you can use a rope or a little, you know, the
String of
twine, twine, and you can twine it up. But of course, as it is, I don't have twine. So let me just, before I wrap this thing.
Go show 'em.
All right, let me show you guys. So this is this guy wrapped up. All right, so I've got him wrapped up, all nice and neat in a little blanket. So I'm going to wrap this And yeah, it's a meat and cheese and a meat blanket with
Meat
more
and
meat.
cheese in a meat blanket. I like it.
Flip this
I
over
will,
for me,
yes.
please. Right, there we go. Let's got it roll as tight as possible. All right. So
Can I handle your meat over here?
yeah, handle it, but you got to handle it with a firm hand. The firm hand, tight grip, please.
You know, ladies have gentle touch. We don't do those firm things.
All right, here we go. Okay.
Makes me think of salami.
All right, just put it down. I'll show you. Yeah, and then another one.
Put it down in the way.
Yes, yes. In the way. Make sure
I'm very
that's
good at that.
exactly where. There we go. All right. And I'll take this
There
off.
we go.
Yeah. Okay, so take this guy.
Ah, now that's a nice trick.
Yep.
That is much better than I was imagining.
Yep. All right, there we go. Nice and tight.
It really looks like a salami.
Yes, it looks like a salami. Mini salamis. Mini salamis.
I'm going to do your trick and wash my hands.
All right. All right, so there we go. So I think this will work. All right. So there we go. Little meat sausage. And that's stuffed now with biltong, cheese, etc. And I'm going to throw those on the fire. I need to go check how the fire is doing because, you know, with all the rain, everything is a little wet. So it was kind of limping. When I saw it, it looked about 105 years old, limping on a crutch, trying to get going. So it wasn't very good looking fire. Now, let's see if we can make a plan. Even if we can just do one of these onions, it would be good. So let's see. All right, let's get some more gloves here. I want to try at least one. I want to put at least one with some mince in it. At least one.
Please,
Yeah.
put the meat in everything.
Yes.
Kuhulan. I think maybe I'm saying it correct. Thank you for that. I need the proper pronunciation layout there for me.
Yeah, I think
Not
the
the
onions were
best.
too small. That's the problem. I think those guys make big onions.
They
Right.
must have. You know, I wonder if a little bit thinner would be better, but then you can't put as much meat inside.
Well, yeah, but the problem is you still got to wrap it with a bacon.
No. I'm not going to
And,
win this one.
No.
And this was me sending it to him, so I totally fail this guy here.
Let me see.
Kings Oliver, thank you for joining us as well. Biff Littleton, you are correct. Do mothers enjoy getting boxed stuffed with meat for Mother's Day? Asking for my idiot friend. Yes. All a mom wants for Mother's Day is meat in a box. What would you say?
I thought all that moms want for Mother's Day is a box stuffed with meat.
Okay, box stuffed with meat. There we go. You can have it anyway. What can I say?
Yes. All right, let me see. Let me see.
Kings Oliver has sent a Rumble rant asking, cook for me in the future?
You're going to have to ask my wife's permission, man.
I suppose, depending on the on how much we arrange for, I may be able to loan him out. What can I say?
So let me see. All right, so we got 2 bacons here. Let's see. I don't know if we're gonna get more
This
than that.
bacon is gonna drive Anton crazy.
No,
I
this
can
bacon
see
is
it.
this
I
bacon
can
is
see it.
too thick, man.
But-
And this is the bacon we use. So
We call this pork rashers.
yes, pork rashers.
I can go grab one of those packs. if
Yeah,
you'd
go
like
grab
me
one of the
to.
packs,
All
and
right, let me
people
go
will get
get
an
it. You
idea
guys, can
of
see
what
what
we
it
actually do.
looks like, because I don't want to handle the raw pork.
All right, let's see. Yeah, I don't think this thing's gonna get stuffed with anything. Because I can't even get this onion. No, these onions are too small, I think. I think they need to be a much bigger. Much bigger. All right, so lesson to self here. You're going to have to make this a lot bigger in order to get this to stuff.
Can I show him the pork rashers?
Sure.
All right. This guy here is our very thick cut pork. It's about 1/4 of an inch in thickness, which could be most of our problem. Really good though. This stuff is phenomenal. If you are a bacon fan, this will knock your socks off. How Anton normally makes it is in the oven with some pepper cracked
Yes.
pepper. Anything else?
Oh no, just
On
cracked
a
pepper.
foil though. You like to do foil just so it doesn't.
Yes, but what I'll probably
your
do
pan.
with these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to take 6 of these. I'm going to go throw them on the fire. Seeing that we cannot wrap anything with the bacon,
Don't fling your meat everywhere.
I will fling my meat wherever I want to.
Okay,
This
just
is
as
my
long
kitchen.
As you do not contaminate my biltong.
This
here.
is my kitchen, all right, and it's my rules.
How many different types of meat are you going to have in here? You've got the bacon, you've got your mince, you've got your biltong, and then we've got the
Yeah,
tres major.
So I'm just going to put this back in the fridge because apparently it is not meant to be. So let me go check on that fire. These are the first 2 that I made. So what I actually want to do, I don't know, I think I should cook them whole, but I kind of feel like slicing them like there, and there. You know?
Will they fall apart?
I don't know. This is a good question.
So we've got a rumble rant from Mrs. Sard.
Okay.
She says, I love Anton's meat in my mouth. I hope the kids really enjoy the books, and happy birthday to the little one.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. I may just have to throw it out there, the meat in the mouth and talking about the kids, a little funny all in one chat, but I appreciate the sentiment for sure.
Well, even Viva, I said he likes my meat in his mouth. So
And he likes your sausage.
yes, and Ike actually.
I shouldn't repeat that out loud.
Ike made Viva eat biltong live on show.
I remember that.
Yes.
He went and fetched it and showed
Yes,
it to
because
everybody.
Ike put a
remember
he
that.
put a rumble rant out saying, "Has Viva ever had Anton's meat in his mouth live?" And Viva got up and fetched biltong and put it.
Put your meat in his mouth.
Put my meat in his mouth.
It's really good meat. So the way Viva actually got to try the Drewvorst, the dried sausage, was with our biltong bouquet. That is an option for Mother's Day. Meat in a box, if you'd like. Something different with many different types for Mom. There's 3 different types in there.
I think so. Yes.
Yes, yes. I 100% know so. I make them.
Yes. Right. Exactly. Right. So I'm just doing a little bit of salt, pepper, and some mixed herbs.
Okay, this sounds really good.
This is the same that's inside. That's right.
Now hold
Yeah,
your
there we
paper.
go. Thank you. Just
Bitch
roll it.
Mobile, love your name,
Hey, cool. Cool
made
name.
a cinnamon caramel coffee cake.
Oh, very nice. I saw that online and I was thinking, man, it was a cinnamon caramel. It was a cinnamon bun, caramel something. I saw something like that online. And I was like, that sounds interesting. But so because we predominantly do meats, the people kind of complain when I bake stuff. Remember, we've had like, well, why don't you do more meat? So I'm like, all right, well, then I'll do more meat. But I've been wanting to do rolls like this for some time. So I'm like...
Your wife just has an affinity with your meat rolled up.
Exactly. So I'm like sitting in 2 years. Shouldn't I cut this, or should I just leave it? Or so I'm like, if I'm gonna be very mad at myself if I cut this up and then the cheese melts out or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking we keep them whole, and I'm just gonna put them on the fire like this, and we'll slice them when they're done.
Thank you again, Mrs. Sarge. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy your shift.
Yeah, absolutely. You see, because what they normally do is they tie them with a string so they won't unroll. And I don't have the string. But once this thing hits some heat, then it'll actually stay this way. But I first got to get some heat on it. And I'd rather slice it when it's done. All right, there we go. Some salt.
Do you want me to take it off for you?
Yeah. Can you grind the salt for me? I don't want to touch that thing with a meat hand. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, that's good.
That good?
Yeah, and then I want to do the second one. All right, there we go.
He's letting me use the machinery here.
Yes.
Not using
Don't
the,
worry, my youngest
mixer.
daughter dropped my scale because she's a nonsense.
She was playing. What can we say?
Yes. All right, there we go. That should be enough.
Okay.
All right, so these 2 were in the fridge, and they look
How long did they rest in the fridge?
about an hour. was about an hour before stream that I was done. That actually looks very nice.
They do.
That actually looks really
I
nice.
wanted to ask you, so if you froze them and then cut them, would that help or not help?
No.
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 Okay.
Now, if you have the string, what you do is you tie the string.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 4 or
And then
say
cut
5,
between.
and then you cut between, and then the string will hold them together.
Got it.
But I'll leave it like that. Let me check the file. I'll be right back.
So I guess I'm up for entertaining you guys then while he is gone to the fire. I'll mention one last time. Looks like a lot of people are in and out, just tied up with meat string. I know we don't have any meat string. I'm sorry, we failed on that one. Did not grab any. Well, the original idea was to do the onions, and the onions I think are a tad small for what we are after, and or the bacon is big, which by the way, I do appreciate your tip to take a blunt knife to thin the bacon. The problem we have though is it's already pretty thin, so I fear that may shred it versus actually thin the bacon as it is now. But we will revisit the bacon wrapped onion rings. We will definitely revisit that because that is something I think both of us were drooling after. Make strings from meat. Could we do that with the bacon? I like Biff Littleton. You may stay. I like your commentary here. That is a very good idea. Hey, Kim Sun, I appreciate your sharing links. Thank you for the poisoning of our food. Biggest thing we always suggest people is make your own food. If you are using raw ingredients, you know what's going in the dishes you are creating. That includes spices. I know these are unfortunately unlabeled at the moment, but we have our ever-growing spice line on our website. Biltong USA has a couple of spices. We have more on Anton's USA. That is Celtic salt. The question was what brand of sea salt grinder is that? It's not, the grinder itself is White Rhino. It's really nice. It's a commercial. It is stainless steel. It's a little expensive, but as you heard Anton mention with something dropping in the kitchen earlier, we try to have some sturdy equipment in our kitchen. It gets used and abused around here. But we use Celtic salt. So it is Brittany Gray sea salt, and they come coarse. There's no way to get that fine ground unless you do it yourself. I'll get you guys a closer look at this salt. It is phenomenal. Now, the thing with the salt, it is not, I don't find it too strong of a flavor, but you'll see the crystals are large. So you want to keep that in mind whenever you are making different dishes. If you do not want to bite into a grain of salt, you will definitely want to grind it. So this guy has been our best friend in the kitchen. We use the Celtic salt as a family on pretty much everything. We are integrating it into some of our different dishes as well, just to see what can happen. But things like eggs, you can even put it on biltong. When we did our month stint of biltong only, there were a couple days we put salt right on it. Do you remember that?
Yeah, on the biltong.
That was nice.
Yeah.
That was actually really nice. Made it more savory.
Yep.
So the suggestion is, why don't you make string with your meat?
With what? With this?
Either that, or if you have more of that. I would think either could work.
So while I was sorting out, making sure the fire was good, so something I was just thinking about is what you'll probably find is what'll make a real good roll for this would be like an Isle Brown roast. Would make a really good roll.
Definitely.
You know, to actually do this kind of roll meat with. We do this in South Africa quite often, the rolled up meat like this. And I've been wanting to try a roll for some time. I have to go wash my hands because I had to touch the one side. So now I want to put some pepper on this quickly because we're going to put this on the fire, and that should be real fast because it's done.
Yeah.
So spray some juice, clean it up, wipe it down, pour it around. Yes, I could probably do that, but I don't know if it'll knot nicely. You know?
It probably won't knot nicely. Sign of Jonah.
Butcher's twine, you know, and we don't work with enough meat to do stuff like that. What I will tell you is this is looking real good. I wanted to. Oh, I still got some. Also you got some.
Yes, I moved my can so you can play with your meat. I'm sorry, roll up your meat.
I have to roll it up. Put it in a bag.
I was requested to juggle the knives to entertain.
Oh, I see. So no, this looks good. I think this will cook nicely.
Yes.
And I'll close the lid so we get some convex and heat going there. And then I'll throw the bacon on and I'll bring that back earlier. I've got a tongs over there, yeah. And then I need a tray for the stuff. Let me.
So
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I have my oil nice and hot and the tofu cut up in cubes. What do I do now?
Put the tofu in the trash.
Thank you, Cam.
Yeah,
Yes.
Put your tofu
yes.
in the trash. Put your tofu in the trash. Go to www.biltongusa.com. Order meat. Order meat.
Wrap the bacon and stick it.
Yes.
That is what you do.
Well, I can do that.
Yes. We got help.
No, I wanted to put toothpicks, but it's very hard to work with the toothpicks.
These are bigger than toothpicks.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. You want me to wrap this in the bacon?
Well, if you wanted to twine it, yes, and then stick it.
Yes, but okay. So if I wrap this, because the bacon's going to cook a lot faster than the steak. That's
yeah,
the
no,
problem.
that is a problem.
I don't want to do that. Don't worry. This has still got juice on here, which I'm lovely sticking my hand in. No, I don't mind the bacon, but the bacon will cook faster, and it's not a slow heat. Am I dead?
Why did you not turn yourself on?
I thought I switched it on.
I'm sorry. I should have come checked on you.
Yeah, you should have checked me out.
I've turned them on, Jody. Thank you.
Thank you, Jody. No, so how about this? How about I do one with the bacon, and we've got the other wooden toothpicks, the short ones.
Yes.
And I was thinking about that, but I don't trust this. Like, I don't know if the stuff's going to run out if I cook it. I'd rather contain it, cook it, and then slice it and let it run out on a plate. I have a bad feeling about cutting these things.
Don't cut it.
I would suggest, like this type of roll, I think an eye of round roast would work real well. And you can trim that thing down and kind of roll it out. And then you can make it nice and big. I think that'll work really well for this.
Yes.
I had this, so I used this. And this is much better quality meat. This is closer to like a fillet, so it should be real good. And I'll do the last two in here. We'll do them in a little bit.
Okay.
I wonder if I shouldn't go throw the bacon on. Just FYI, we got a get out of jail free card. So I had bread, they were ready to go. And then they slipped off and the pan hit the ground, so the breads collapsed. Fortunately, it didn't flip. It just fell flat on its ass. And, you know, like what happens when gravity, like, sorts you out, it just crashed everything down. So I re-rolled them and I stuck them in one of my cabinets to see if we could get some heat going on them. They look like they're almost ready to bake. So I think I'm going to pop out in the oven.
Very nice.
So, and what we've done, so a few people gave me a hard time about the flour.
Can I dangle your meat around to show
Sure.
how big it is?
Sure.
They're huge. They are huge. Sign of Jonah, yes, it is obnoxious. This is good bacon, which is why we can't wrap it around the onion. Oops.
Yep.
When your meat's
So-
too big.
Yep. I have big meat and I cannot lie. I don't know what to make of that. Anyway, so we stuck it in the cabinet and it proved up. So I think we've got to get a get out of jail free card. So
Okay.
I'm going to go fetch it.
The kids will be very
Yes.
happy with some
Yes.
bread.
And
They've
what I
been
was saying.
asking for a while.
Yes, but what I was saying, so hold on, before I run away, because, you know, I can't complete one thought
Well.
without running. Yes. So we got, I want to read this to you guys. We got unbleached, untreated flour, and I think it is non-GMO. Right?
Yes,
Yes.
it is
So
non-GMO.
non-GMO, unbleached, untreated flour.
Yep.
So it's like just plain, no nonsense flour, no bleach, no anything. Give me 1 second.
So the flour, we are highly considering having it available for people in store. We do pack down the pop. I think we've shown you guys before the maize that Anton makes sometimes on the range for our kids. It's kind of grits-like, but it's a lot finer. That we already packed down in 5-pound bags. So we are considering doing the same. Wow, you weren't kidding.
No. Nope.
Okay, can we move that guy?
Yeah, I'm gonna move him. I'm gonna put him up here. I'm gonna put these guys up here. Just for a few more minutes. There we go. And let's see if we get a little bit of heat on there. If it'll, it's close. It's not 100%, but it's close. That, I almost threw them in the trash. Almost, man. They were fucking sad.
He may have said a few choice words. When
Yes,
that
yes.
happened.
I told the kids to go away profusely. So, but anyway, they like almost there. So we will pop them in the oven, and I will go throw these. Unfortunately, no Bry cam today because.
Okay, there is a big push to at least wrap one in bacon.
Okay, all right,
So,
all right. You want me to get the little toothpicks?
I've got them.
No. Those are too big. Those are too big.
I like the big
Yes,
sticks.
I understand, but they're going to make big holes.
Big sticks make big holes. You learn something new every day. By the way, there is a tip on these, so be careful. Thank you guys for the onion rings. That's the whole point. Onion rings without the breading. That's actually the whole point behind the bacon. So what we had seen was onion with some type of either ground beef, pulled meat, any type of meat mixture inside 2 onions, and then wrapping bacon around it. So we will revisit that.
Right,
sooner
we'll have
versus
to
later.
we'll have to use the bigger sticks. I don't know where the small toothpicks are.
Oh, I can probably find them. I'll get
All
them
right,
for
go
you.
see if you can find them quick because I
Yeah.
think they're behind there on the shelf or
Yes.
something. So let me wrap one of these guys. But I'm not gonna spice the bacon. All right. These I'll cook because I want to eat one. I may maybe eat 2. All right, I'll take the smaller one. Let's see. I think I've got to wait for those toothpicks first. Let's see. Right, you found them.
I think the small people stole them.
I agree. That's why I couldn't find them.
Man.
What? Go away, fly. Yeah, there was a whole
Yeah.
thing full. No, I can't
Oh,
find
we
them.
had a couple.
Yeah,
they
like
are-
box full, like 1,000.
I have one. I used to have another set. Let me see.
All right. And then I gotta go check the fire because I think it might be ready for these guys to go. Why is there a fly in my kitchen? What are you doing here? All right, I can't wrap this until you bring the because I'm gonna pull this thing apart. I can just feel it.
No, Anton, I failed.
All right.
I think they may have walked away. So we
All right.
we
So
have
so give me this guy.
yeah.
Bring one.
we have goblins.
Yes, we have goblins. All right, just put it down here.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, you are correct. That tiny little fly is just looking for a place to lay its eggs.
That thing must pull in here. I'll wrap it under this. I'll cook it and then
Extra protein.
give it to one of the kids, man. They won't even know. Like, what's this crunchy raisin doing in here? Sky raisin.
Sky raisin.
And then there's
That's
jalapeno.
jalapeno.
Sky
As long as
raisin.
it's not a jalapeno one, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Let's see.
So someone
Not
by the
that I
name
should
the
be
real
doing that with
Encryptus.
my-
I'm not sure if
Oh.
you know who they are.
I have no idea who that is.
Ask.
Welcome in.
So what did I miss? What is in the beef roll? What is stuffed in the beef roll?
It is, what's that cheese? Munster?
Yeah.
Smoked cheese. And biltong with some spices. And then everybody was on my case because I don't have twine. So everybody said wrap it with some bacon because I got some serious bacon here. So I said, okay, let me do that. And I shouldn't be messing with these things with my
Nice.
knife, but I'm going to do that anyway because I have no other option.
And Slidey Pie, we are putting the onion rings on the back burner for the moment.
Yeah, the onions are
My-
too
Onions
small.
are too small and the bacon's too big.
Yes, onions too small, bacon too big.
Oops. The meat to onion ratio.
Yes, the meat to onion ratio, there was like 2% onion.
Yes.
The onion gave up. The hole in the onion was this big, and the meat was this big. Like, no. That's like,
It's
no.
not going to leave big holes like this guy will, huh?
No. All right, so we tried, man. I tried all kinds of ways with that, but it's just the answer seems to be no. All right, so there's one. I'm not going to salt this or anything.
For those who are just joining us, today has been a Murphy day, so everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Hey, that Murphy guy. Fuck him up if I
So
find
we're
him.
just gonna roll with it, enjoy it, and
I got the onions, but
make
they are...
some food, okay?
Yes.
That is all.
All right, so...
If anything edible comes out of today, I'm a happy camper.
All right, so I'm going to pop these in the oven.
And this is your unbleached, unbromated, non-GMO flour.
Correct. You know that timer I used to have?
I got it. I got you
10
covered.
minutes, please.
10 minutes.
Don't worry, I used to have a timer over there.
It's goblins.
People in chat have witnessed me use it many times.
Yes. Yes, we get to drive you guys crazy with the beeping.
I saw a small person.
Yes.
Like, what?
This smallest person.
Yeah, like yay high, maybe a year old. Run around with it today, and I was like, is that mine? Or is that the old one that doesn't work, which I gave them? Oh, no, it was mine. I thought nothing of it because I had a broken one.
I don't know where it went now.
Which I gave them. No, it's gone. It's gone. So
cannot keep calculators, timers. Thankfully, our heads are attached. Those will not be running around anywhere.
Man. All right. So I'm going to throw these guys on the fire and just kind of toast them real quick. And then I'm going to put the rolls on. If I knew there would be no onions, I would have done vors. But
yes. It's a little late for the vors.
It's a little late for the vors.
Yeah.
All right. Come, sit. Sit, you bastard. Bastard. All right.
Bacon wrapped in bacon covered with bacon sauce.
Yes. So we hold on. Is that on? Yes. So we do a thing. It's a like a maraschino cherry, sweet cherry bacon, like a skewer. So you put the cherries and you put the bacon and you put it in a sweet.
You weave the bacon.
Yeah, between the cherries and you put it in a sweet sauce. That is awesome. You should look that up. Maybe we'll make it one day. But it's a bit of work.
Yes, we will have to make it one day.
Let's switch this thing off because I'm gonna go out the door and probably swear. So better you don't hear me swearing.
You can just listen to me swear instead. Thank you for the warning. So, what does everyone else do with their bacon at home? Do you have this problem of too much meat, unable to wrap it around different things? What can we say? He uses neither. Sign of Jonah. Shame on you for asking such a terrible question. We do not use gas. We do not use electricity. When we are outside, we use fire. Real fire. No ovens outside, thank you. The oven is right here or behind me. I've got two. Charcoal for the most part. The charcoal we use is actually an imported charcoal. It is from Namibia. It is I cannot think of the name of the wood. Arcadia, or I'm probably saying it wrong. Hardwood. So it burns long and slow. It's a really good fire producer with that charcoal. It makes the fire a lot hotter than the briquettes that you'll find here in the States. A lot of the briquettes tend to have different chemicals on them, so that's another thing. These are chemical free, so we try to use things that will keep anything off of our food as much as possible. It's not perfect, but you are on the tofu kick. Are you going to put your soy sauce on your tofu there? Just wondering for a friend. No, I will not swear. I will behave. I am being a lady today. Ike is not present, so you guys can tell him I am a lady, and then he will argue you that I am not. Although he only says it's because of my music taste. All right, cherries and bacon. It sounds dirty. Well, I never said you cannot use it after hours as well. You can do whatever you want with that cherries and bacon. What can we say? Now, I don't see any answers on my question for what you guys do with your bacon. Come, what do you wrap in bacon? I guess this is kind of what we were talking about the other day, the turducken concept, meat inside of meat. Inside of meat, yes. Yeah, that's three. There we go, same concept. I want to trust you, Encryptus, because I know who you are, but I shouldn't go away from my stream, so I will do that on Anton's. Give me a moment. So if his phone messes up, then I don't have to worry about. Oh gosh, what did he end the show with? Where's it at? The dark green on black, and that contrast. I'm not really a fan of it. What the fuck? Okay. You know, I remember a statement. It was what the fucking fuck. Yes. It sounds absolutely horrible. There you go. I have cursed a few times. Is that? Yes. Bacon around meatloaf. I like that. You know, Kristen Anderson, I saw that. The baked potatoes and bacon. That sounds very nice. I miss baked potatoes. We do not eat any of our starches anymore. So no potatoes. No, we will not partake in the bread behind me. That smells phenomenal, by the way. The maize, the corn, pop. We don't eat that. Oats, anything. Speaking of oats, I really suggest if you are an oats eater, do not partake in that too much. You'll be surprised what it is there for, and it is feed, not food. So just think of that concept. Chicken thighs wrapped in bacon. You know, I chuckle with chicken. It is not a high fat meat, of course. So adding extra bacon to it can only make it better. I think I told you guys about my lovely pheasant. That was the only thing that made it taste decent years past. Awesome. It's Kirsten. Sorry, I'm reading that incorrectly. I saw an R before I. I swapped that. Yes. No starches. It is a phenomenal life to get out of the starches. I think Encryptus, you as well, if I remember correctly, you do not eat any starches either. I'm pretty sure you had said that. And we eat bacon straight, CK. All right. I guess straight is also an okay way. We don't have to, you know, bend and twine and do all those interesting things that most of the world does nowadays. Slidey Pie, what do you have with your bacon? I don't think you gave me an answer on that. I know I saw another one. Where is it? Okay, I missed it. I'm sorry. Let me take one more moment for BiltongUSA.com. Mother's Day is coming up. Please get your lovely ladies. We're on the meat topic. Get her meat. But get her something that will be satisfying. If you want a meat bouquet, if you're really into flowers, grab a meat bouquet. At least it's edible. Else, we've got all kinds of options of Biltong on BiltongUSA.com with code S.T.F. 10 for 10% off of your Biltong purchases. We're trying to remind people, if you get your orders in this weekend, we will be hot and heavy on shipping Monday and Tuesday because, of course, Mother's Day is the 11th of May. That is not this Sunday, next Sunday. So I want to make sure to get everyone their meats before Mother's Day. So if you're able to get your orders in this weekend, I will be a tad busy on Monday and Tuesday pushing out those orders for you. I like this cream cheese wrapped in bacon. Yes, that's a bit much, but I like it. Can't go wrong with cheeses and bacon. What can I say? Sorry for the ring there. I shall pass on whomever is phoning. I don't know if you guys are having the same spam call influx like we are. It is driving me nuts. I think we had a little stall. A couple of weeks it was a little quiet, and then it's picked up again. End of April's been a tad fascinating, to put it that way. I'm sorry, not Polish dog. Russ, it has been a minute. Very good to see you. Thank you, sir, for stepping in and saying hello. Glad to have you. Slotty Pie, we wouldn't survive without eggs. Have you guys seen the egg section of the fridge? I know at one point everyone was keeping track as to how much eggs, or how many eggs, if I can speak correctly, we have at once. Okay, Encryptus, you said you went back a little bit to potatoes. Have you noticed a difference going away from starch and back to starch? I think it's interesting how your body, once you break away from some of the foods and are more selective as to what you take in, you can almost not tolerate a lot of the things that you used to do. I find it fascinating. Our bodies, yes, we can tolerate a lot, but at the same time, once we start cleaning, it's harder to go back and have things that you could not have previously. Kings Oliver, now are you asking where everyone on chat is from or where we are from? We are from Roanoke, Texas, currently, hoping, fingers crossed, to be out of this beautiful city. I'll put it that way, beautiful city, in a few months. We have some land out in Sunset, Texas, which is in the county on one of the highways just headed north towards Oklahoma. It's about an hour from where we are now, and we have plans to relocate, business, family, all of the above, and do some incredible things out there. So we're very excited about the prospects of 2025. I remember a stream from We Are Change back in February, I think it was. They had a numbers guy. I cannot remember his name. He was fascinating to listen to. If you guys do not know We Are Change, you should definitely check them out. I want to say Rumble's not live as much, but you'll see Luke Radowski on YouTube a lot. And he goes live Saturdays for sure. Does a lot of different pieces of information. Very informative. But on their show, they were talking about numbers and birthdays, and we threw in both mine and Anton's birthdays. Your timer just went off.
Okay.
To
All right, I'll
see
turn it around.
how we would do, I guess, this year it's the year of the snake. Is that right?
Think so.
I'm pretty sure year of the snake, which I am a snake. So I found it fascinating listening to the numbers guy. When he mentioned my birthday and that I was female, it should be a good year for us. So let's hope that that means the relocation will go well and all will be merry. What can I say?
I think it's on.
I'm just making sure you're turned on.
All right.
That's
So,
apparently my job as your wife.
apparently. All right, so let me see. I just want to clean this because I don't want old, raw, and new. So I just roasted these on the fires real quick, and I gotta go have a look at the fire again, because of course the bacon wrap. What does bacon do profusely?
Leak.
Leak, make fat. So what does flames like a lot? Fuel. So guess what the bacon one is doing? Making lots
Fuel
of
for
fire.
the fire.
Yes. So
Is there a song?
I think there's a
Fuel for your fire, give you that which you desire.
A band. Band. All right, there we go. All right, we can throw all of that away. And that young man is on a mission. I gave him a little piece of bacon.
He's
and
hungry.
very happy
I
now.
can see.
Yeah.
I can see.
All right. So let me go get. I'm gonna. You know what? I didn't use this guy.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna use that.
So the best thing about this bacon is it does not shrink down too much. It's still very thick.
So there we go. Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Is it hot? Am I gonna burn myself?
That's off the fire. There we go. Oh, good stuff.
I have to laugh at Cam's comment. Luke's first language is conspiracy.
Yeah, right. I like Luke. He's a good guy.
He's a very good guy. And
So-
like Anton, Luke does not technically come from this land. So if he ever sounds a little funny, that's probably why.
Yeah, someone was giving him a hard time the last time I saw him. I can't remember where. But anyway, someone was like, hey, why can't this guy speak properly? And I made a comment in the chat. And I said, well, he's a foreigner. His second language is English. It's not his first language. And the guy was very surprised.
Yes. We were on the phone earlier today, and I tend to run any new calls. Is that the way to put
I
it?
guess.
With people we do business with, if they're American. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
If they're American. Because we've noticed that not everybody can understand Anton. His accent, I don't know what it is. It catches them off guard. I don't know if they just like listening to how he rolls his words versus what he's actually saying.
Yeah.
But it tends to not go well. So I am his
Interpreter.
interpreter. Yes.
All right. I'm going to move this. Let's see, 130.
We're checking with the tip here, Jody, in case you're watching.
All right. No, this is still got a ways to go. That's at 120.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. It's about 20 minutes. So we can run about another 8.
Another
Not
8?
2 minutes, 8 minutes.
Sorry, Jody, no 2 minutes. We're doing 8
Nope.
minutes.
I've got to go check that meat because I want that thing to burn, which might be too late already.
As he runs away, we can chat some more. Meat that doesn't shrink. That's correct, Andy. If you have not heard of it, it is a thing. I will show you and dangle you the lovely meat we have here.
Yes.
I am your Vanna today. I hope you do not mind.
Yes.
We've got our thick cut bacon. Now, I showed you the pack that was frozen. This was about a quarter inch.
None of that is a
raw.
good idea.
We are looking 1/8 inch. So it does decrease about half, which I suppose is about right for bacon, but it's still flimsy. That doesn't mean it's not cooked. It is
That's
not that hard, dry bacon. So if you guys like the really hard bacon, I would not suggest these guys. If you want it to be cooked to a crispy point, these are probably not the bacon for you. But if you like a little soft texture, these are phenomenal. We actually have that a lot with biltong. We had someone concerned about what kind of biltong to get one day, and I asked them, well, how do you like your steak? If you like your steak well done, you should go with normal. If you like your steak pink or medium rare, then you go moist. That's definitely the best tip I can give everybody.
All right, so those meat rolls are almost done. I can give it a minute.
Unfolding Joker, thank you for stopping in and blessing us with your
Presents.
He gave 5 subscriptions
Oh,
as well.
thank you.
So we've
Thank
got
you.
more
Thank you.
red rashes for those around.
Yeah, awesome
As
stuff.
Noel likes to put it, I chuckle with his red rash.
Man, I
You a
see
little tired today?
No, it's just been a completely insane day. Completely insane. Let me go check those rolls and see what the internal temp is so we can start getting these things off the fire.
Hey, Andy, tell me about that. What did you do with the biltong powder? Come on, biltong powder and rub. Just got a pork shoulder injected and rub. Yes, I rubbed my meat to smoke tomorrow. So are you leaving it for a full 24 hours? Are you leaving it overnight? What is the trick that you are doing with your meat? I'm asking about your pork, of course. Nothing else. What can I say? Biltong powder is phenomenal. That stuff, I've got some right here. Since you enjoyed my close-up so much, I'll give you guys another one. I'll show you the biltong powder. Let me sanitize my fingers. This is for our personal use. This is not for customers, so do not worry. I am not contaminating anything of concern. This is actually for our young son. He has biltong powder on his eggs. You'll see how fine this stuff is. If you haven't heard of it, it is on our website. This can be used on meats itself if you wanted to add some extra protein to something. If you needed it, mix in eggs, put it in a salad. You can make breads or scones with it, so you could bake with it. If you are one who eats the starches, that's always a fun option. Or you can use it as a stock, like what Andy has mentioned here. You can use it around in sauces and all kinds of ways. But biltong powder is phenomenal. It is biltong in its absolute driest form. So it is biltong spices and all of the above, just ground
and probably
down.
purest because it's ground
no fats.
like no fats. We trim it down and then it's powdered, so it's all protein.
Yeah.
I had the neighbor come out and say, that is smelling phenomenal. I want some, whatever it is you are making.
Is it the neighbor from that way?
The driving school.
Oh,
yeah.
I had the other neighbor earlier that I helped.
Oh, okay. Saying that it's all smelling good.
No, the fire alarm was beeping, so he thought. I know.
No, it's not us. But
No.
I would be very nervous.
No, he thought it needed a battery. He's like, but wait, isn't it hardwired? And he looks at ours. He's like, this is hardwired. I don't understand. I told him I had to run.
Yeah,
but
when these things beep, I get very nervous. I get like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen.
We've had that happen a couple times. There have been some renditions here in the little strip mall we are in, and someone forgot to add water when cutting concrete. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh,
The
That
whole
was a
building started
mess.
screaming.
the whole building was dusted out. We had to open all of our doors to help with airflow, and yeah, that was an interesting. That was a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And don't you remember the department that came to us?
Our
Just department. We're
yes, our people that react in case of problems missed the building.
went to the next building. Never mind, everybody was standing outside. It was kind of obvious, but
What's on our timer there? What have we got? 3 minutes. All right, I don't want to go mess with the oven because
okay,
I'm too impatient.
Don't touch it.
No, I'm
Don't
too
touch
impatient. Let me go and check the meat again. Want to make sure I don't burn it. It's actually
Yes!
looking very good.
Biff Littleton, I have told Anton about that. He doesn't know about that kind of stuff that you have like chew. I tried to explain it to him, but I couldn't find it. I remember that in high school. I remember it was all of the baseball guys, if I remember correctly, when I was back in school. things my children will never experience, not being in public school. What can I say? Not the end of the world, though, I don't think. But yes, the biltong powder is really good. I highly suggest you guys use it if you are interested or want to try it. Oh, you're about to go live. Call. You know what? If you don't mind, we'd love to raid you after, if that's okay with you. Candy sticks. Oh, I remember those. Yes. So many things back in the day. I don't think it's the end of the world to not have some of them. I'm not going to lie. I chuckle at even some of the foods we have in the shop. We'll have a lot of nostalgia from either our South Africans or our English clientele, but they will mention how the food is not quite what they remember it being. But I try to remind them that sometimes they do change ingredients, or it's a memory. You cannot compete with memories.
I mean, I remember stuff from being a kid, and it's like if you eat it now, it's like, it's not as good as I remember.
What happened?
No, but it's not. It's also your palate changes. You know, you remember. So as you, in my opinion, as you eat things, you know, and as you expand on your kind of culinary choices, your palate grows in flavors and tastes. And you know, if you have a really good steak, and then you end up having a really good steak, then that really good steak you had the first time, not so good anymore. You know what I'm saying? When you start realizing, well, hold on, like that is actually way better than that. You know, so you only know what you know, and when your knowledge expands, that's why it's fun to mess around with stuff in the kitchen, because it makes you experiment and try things, and you know, experience new flavors, which is always important. You know, so expand your palate, and then you go eat something you had 10 years ago, and you're like, nah, it's not quite what I remember. You know,
cherry tangy taffy. See, there you go, another thing from childhood. Now, I hope this helps you guys understand why I asked this man to marry me. He makes me good food. Okay, it's all about the food. It's all about what goes in my mouth. It makes me happy. What can I say?
Look at that.
Are we good?
Man, I'm good. I'm really good. I literally need to go fetch.
To run.
Yeah. Am I on?
You would like to.
Yeah, I'll take it because I gotta go outside as well.
All right, Anton's gonna go run around and check on the fire while answering phone. What can we say? We multitask around here. It's part of the life of a business owner. I know we've got a couple in streams. Jody for sure. Anyone else, if you are a business owner, I know Encryptus, if he's still here, I'm not sure if he is. Another gentleman that does the thing. Neuro may as well be as many places as everyone finds him. I hope you guys, if you do not know that guy, you need to meet that guy. He is phenomenal. I like the sharing of the X's between everybody. This happened last, was it Sunday as well? We had a lot of X shares. So I think it's awesome. People, remember, you've got to grow a community. It's so important to have people that you can rely on and be a lend for support. That's not something Anton and I have much of in our personal lives. I would say most of our family, friends from our past lives prior to opening this business have all but disappeared. So it's so important to find some people you have some commonality with. I think 2020 did nothing but encourage that for us, at least. Just a reminder of how important it is. And Sign of Jonah, you are very sweet. Thank you. How is the music world going, by the way? I know our Copium Poppies is not here, but Anton had mentioned before he wanted you to get connected at some point. Do you want me to pop this out? Okay. Here. Sorry, he didn't get to run and play with the fire. He was here chatting on the phone.
Yes. So what I'm going to do, put this steel table back.
April seasonings brings May meat. Woo! You can't take a guess who that may be. Anton?
Who's that?
Doesn't that sound like Spaz?
Oh!
Are you on? No, you're not on.
Not.
He's not on.
Right.
It's okay.
Switch on my mic.
Can I turn you on?
Yeah, sorry, I just put the phone down and ran.
Yes. Spaz, welcome in. Glad to have you.
Spaz.
All right, competitive music world. That I can agree with.
All right.
You know what? That keeps us, what is a good word? Humble. There we go. Competition keeps us humble. Keeps us in our place.
I'm going to say something I like this flour. I like it more than the normal flour.
Good.
So that is unbromated, unbleached, non-GMO. Sorry, I'm walking past the camera. I have to wash my hands. Untreated flour. That's nice.
You can knock on that bread.
Yeah, that's
and
nice.
And this is
now
after dropping.
Yeah, this is
For
ours.
those
This would
who
have
don't know, this fell and hit the floor and has come back for a second life.
Yeah. Wow, man, that is nice. I'm going to have to cut one of those loaves. All right, let me go check the meat.
Go check your meat.
I will be back in a second. I'm sorry, I'm stepping on your foot.
It is Sign of Jonah. His bread is always beautiful. That, I remember well before we opened in this place, and I think it was when I first met Anton, I actually was convinced I had a gluten allergy, but it was not gluten. It was just the type of starches I was eating. It was pretty much the processed stuff. And I don't know if it's really what's on the gluten or the wheat. I don't think that's the problem because we use all kinds of different flours. Granted, this is a special one for sure, but we've used just your standard all-purpose flour, high gluten flour, and I didn't have any issues with that. I previously used to have a little bit of indigestion, spotting types of things when I would have gluten, but there's something to be said about making things from scratch. So if you are up for making a killer bread, if you go on antonsusa.com, we have our recipe blog with the farm bread recipe, the farm bread that you see here. You can do many different things with this bread recipe. You can use it, of course, as regular breads. You can make rolls. Just don't over flatten them and mess up the machine like I did for Anton last time. Oops. You can make rolls. You can also make fit cook. Fit cook is a fried bread. It is not the same as the Native American fried bread. I've also heard of that one. I have not tried it personally, but I hear very good things. Yes, please, Neuro. I don't think you heard me mention that earlier, but if you could, that would be my preference, if you don't mind. But honestly, it is so important to really take time, make your food from scratch. I would suggest sourdough versus the white breads, but this bread you cannot beat. I was one of those kids. I would take the loaf of white bread and take the middle part out of it and just like squish it up and eat it. As terrible as that sounds, I did that, and I would eat the outside after. Why? I don't know. The crust was always best saved for last.
We've got that at about 110. We need a little more.
Are you on?
I am.
You are. Good.
I switched it on. All right, so we need a little more.
Okay.
That is nice.
It's
that
very
is very
nice.
nice. I want to see what the inside looks like.
Gonna spray your.
Yeah, this can go.
Now with these, Kirsten, let me tell you a secret. What you do is you take like a huge section off the back here, like that part here, and then you just slather butter on it. That's what you do with this part.
That is very nice. Yeah, we give that a minute. Cool it down a minute.
It is toasty.
Oh, that's going to be very nice. I'm so sorry I don't eat bread.
Do you want to try it?
No.
Do you want to see what happens?
No.
Just for giggles?
Oh, no. No. No, the last time I had something with a bit of starch in it, man. Hold on. Sorry, the young man is coming this way.
The birthday boy.
Yeah, you might have to grab him, Mom.
I think I will. Here, can I have that one? Can I have that one? He's very upset. Oh, he's
Very
gonna.
offended. He's getting offended now more and more.
Can I have his tea, please?
Yeah, he's 1 year old and he gets offended if you laugh at him.
Ooh.
Yeah, I had
Dad
that
got
experience.
in trouble yesterday. Would you like a
Hey,
piece of meat?
yeah,
Would you like some meat?
yeah, there we go. That'll make everything better. What was I saying?
Are you happy to have your meat in my mouth?
What did I was saying something before. He almost grabbed the camera stand. Oh, the last time I had something with starch in, man, did I pay for it. Woo! Because I haven't eaten starches in like 2 years. Yeah, it was an oops. It wasn't on purpose. It was something I didn't know had it in. And afterwards I read the label and I'm like, oh, that's not going to work well. And man, did I pay the price for that. My stomach, literally, it's like I detoxed. I ran for 2 days and then I stopped. So I had like a 2 day like stomach cramp. Step this side.
So
And I will
China
stand this
Jonas
side.
says he's only 60 years older than this young chap.
Oh, that is okay. That is all good. This guy is 1 going on 3, I think.
Yes. Oh, he's saying his siblings' names. I don't
Yes.
have words.
Yes. So so I want to go check that meat.
Okay.
I want to
Go
make sure
play
it
with
doesn't
your
burn.
meat.
It's almost ready, and then I want to bring that, and we can slice some of that up.
Kirsten, I will ask Anton as soon as he comes back. Dilly Show. I actually don't know whom that is. Thank you, Nero. Thank you for the happy birthday for young Christoph here. That was an interesting evening a year ago. I don't know how many of you guys actually know much of the story behind this one. He was our rainbow baby, so very much unexpected. We thought we were done, not by choice, but potentially thought there were not going to be any more young ones. So he came as quite a surprise after we shut down the restaurant. There's something to be said about lessening stress. I know ladies out there, you probably know exactly what I mean by that. But we went a very different route than we've ever done with any of the other kids. Sorry, I know he's very noisy. I know you were talking. I went the birthing center route. That was the best decision of my life, I think, to have this kid in a birthing center. I always wanted to have a child in the water baths, never managed to. The hospitals, coming from healthcare, that's where I thought you had babies. Obviously, that is one of many options, and not necessarily the one I would suggest for people now knowing more or better, so to say. But the birthing center was phenomenal. It without insurance was cheaper than what we spent with insurance in the hospital setting. That's interesting to know that, to have that kind of breakdown and a comparison of one to the others. But phenomenal midwives, did everything. They are awesome. So I see you guys are asking questions about scallions and spring onions. What is everyone making next weekend? Is anyone making some fun foods for he's getting meat. He's getting all the meat and then bread. I don't think he's going to eat the bread. This kid's not a starch kid. I'll admit he is our meat kid, so he's probably going to take a bite and then pass on and ask for meat. That's all he seems to care for. Would you like this? Okay. Yes, this is our meat kid, 100%. Yes, OTR Smokehouse, LLC. I don't know who that is, but you make killer sauces. So if you guys need some good barbecue sauce, you should check those guys out. I've heard of them before. You know, the, yeah, home births, birthing centers, they're phenomenal. We've spoken to a few of our customers who are headed down that path, and I've told them just keep in contact. Happy to share any detail I can. There's a lot of good things that we don't always know, and it's hard to know what you don't know. I don't know if either of you guys are previous healthcare workers. That world is not a world I'm so interested in anymore. I'll keep my license. I'll do my thing, but yeah, not so sure about visiting them again. So there was a question if you would be interested in, where is it at? I don't know the name, the Dilly Show.
Dilly Show.
Sponsoring the Dilly Show.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, Dilly is not for everyone, but he is conservative. Okay. So Kirsten Anderson mentioned that. And big carnivore advocates. Are you able to send us any detail on that? Is it Rumble? Is it YouTube? Kirsten?
We try and stick with Rumble, but Rumble's been a little lately. You know, Rumble's got challenges, if I could put it that way.
As any platform that is exploding, it does come with difficulties. So what can we say? We are glad they are here to let us have some free speech. Rumble is a good answer, Kirsten. Thank you. I'll have Anton look it up. We'll see what we can figure out. And Spouse Out, if you look up the term I said, you will find out exactly what that is. I don't want I won't share it on here just to not.
I forgot. I got
cause
the other
confusion.
two rolls. I gotta go when I fetch that one. I will admit, the bacon one looks better.
Really?
Yes, it's less falling apart. So I'll take that.
You want to wrap those in bacon?
I'll put these on the fire. No, it's too much. You gotta really be careful.
Yes.
With how you roll them.
Probe it.
Yes. Let me see. What I want to do is that.
The Dilly Show on Rumble. Thank you, Kirsten.
All right. Yeah, we can check it out. Hey, why are you throwing stuff?
That is on the ground. It is gone.
Why are you throwing stuff around, boy?
Because we are one.
Yes.
And that is what we do at one. You know
right.
this for me?
So let's see.
Thank you. Are you making a beautiful plate?
I'm trying.
Okay.
I feel like I work in a barbecue joint now.
You know? Jody, he's going to take some tips from you.
Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. All right, we got fire. All right. Hold on.
Woo-wee, that's beautiful.
All right. It's the bacon on the other one. It's dripping. So I'll show you that quick. That looks pretty good. Sorry. I gotta go check. We've got fire. We've got flames.
Gonna stoke those flames. Okay, would it be horrible of me? Don't tell your dad. You guys don't tell on me for doing this, okay? I'm gonna try a little bit, and I'm gonna give some to this kid. This is my steak kid. So Spaz, you were talking about being a carnivore, loving the meat. This kid is all about the meat. He really likes steak. That is his favorite food by far. There you go. There you go. How's that? Red meat. Nothing better for your life. Nothing better than red meat.
No. Sorry, I got my 10-year-old watching the what's her name? Watching the fire for me, making sure that we don't have flames running. And there was like one flame, and she's like, "Oh, there's a flame. There's one flame."
We may have cut the corner here.
That's okay.
You came back too fast. I'm going to tell him myself.
All right. That is all good. So, that actually, I think is pretty good. All right.
Very nice. Yes. Russ, I can't help myself. I always steal the meat, but he gives it away willingly. What can I say?
That's nice.
I haven't tried it yet. I've just been feeding the young one. I'll give him this piece. And there's biltong inside. That's So if anybody didn't catch, it was biltong Munster cheese wrapped in a tris major.
Oh, very nice.
One had bacon. This guy, right? Does this one have the bacon? Oh, it's still out there. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's biltong popping out.
Yes. Pop me the probe there, please.
Yes.
And then let me go see.
Okay. This bite is for me.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, Neuro, you're going to have to teach me one day how to raid. I don't know how to yet. So if you would not mind, I will have to pick your intelligent brain for that one. Or someone who's a little bit smarter than me in the IT world. I chuckle. I don't get to do enough on the IT front at all, so sometimes I feel like I have a lot to learn. I know Encryptus, I don't think he's here anymore, but he's rather in the IT world as well. You guys are light years ahead of me as far as that is concerned. That's okay. I will pack your meat in the meantime, okay? You guys play that world. I'll work with the meat. Yes, that is good food. This kid is enjoying this. Spaz, this kid is my meat kid. He loves it. Absolutely loves it. Sorry, hopefully he'll have the... Yes, it's good. He'll have the bacon one here soon so you guys can get a look at it. Don't grab that. It's very hot. It's very hot. So one thing I do not suggest is trying to cut... Hey, that is my my mic. That is my mic, okay? Can I keep it? Can I keep it, please? I'll keep the mic. Yes, I know you want more. Interesting, the patience level of young children. They have none. Who would have thought patience is learned?
I think let me switch this thing on. Sorry.
Welcome back, King.
Yeah, I think the bacon one is just about ready. I need the tray though.
This boy is drooling.
That is no, it's very nice.
Salivating, not yeah.
No, it's very nice. It's actually very nice. I think with a bit of tweaking, this could really work out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which. Let me take the tray. No, this actually worked out really nice with the biltong inside, the thin cut biltong. I don't even think you need thin cut if you just layer it thinly. It'll work actually very nice.
I don't think I can hold you, Spaz. Sorry.
He wants water.
He likes meat like our young man does, so he's asking me to hold him. I don't think it works that way. Plus, I think you're gonna have to talk to Bright Can. Last I checked. Yes. Hey, chill. I know. So he's obsessed with the soda waters now too. That's been our new thing. I have a feeling this one's gonna go from bottle to real cup or drinking device rather than the sippy cups. I swear these kids, they keep me on my toes. I will forever stay young having them in my lives. Yes.
All right.
Okay, it is full. You cannot take the whole thing. Cannot take the whole thing. So I am curious. I'll have to ask Anton when he comes back what he is planning for Sunday. I know we are not doing as much of the baked goods, but maybe we can see if we can talk him into something. That looks nice.
Yes, this looks like a huge Twinkie.
I was just thinking the same thing. And someone mentioned cream cheese earlier. It almost looks like cream cheese coming out of there.
I almost wanted to put cream cheese in there, but I think it'll run easier. So, yeah, I think with a bit of tweaking, this thing will definitely work. I definitely think so. So let me do that. You do this. I want more of this. You want that little piece? I think my mic's on. Is it on? Yes, it is.
Kings Oliver has a rumble rant to my 2 daughters that sometimes watch what I do. This message is for both of you. I love you.
That's a nice message.
That's a very nice message. Thank you. And Russ gifting subscriptions. Thank you, sir. Who's got the red rash next? Encryptus now does.
Oh, there we go. All right.
That
this
is
worked
beautiful.
Very nice.
It's only missing jalapenos.
Yes. So if you can see that, that really worked out nice. The inside is quite medium to rare, but the rest is nice.
I like a rare meat.
I know, so do I. There we go. All right, let me try this one.
Cullen, that's why he's sharing his cooking methods here. He wants you to know what to do. Here. Eat the meat, boy. Eat the meat.
All right, that wins.
Jody, thank you for your insistence. And everybody else. We had others.
All right, so
wrap your meat in bacon.
I wasn't sure what to do Sunday. I've got some steak. Maybe next week, Friday, I hold back 1 Wagyu eye of round. And we actually make a big roll out of it. And we wrap it in bacon. And we actually redo this.
You may have to put that on the fire before the stream starts. That guy's big.
No, but I don't think I need to.
No?
No, but the thing is, so this I think comes in better with smoking. Because you want the thing to kind of sit in the heat. What it'll also do well on is a Weber. It'll also do well on a Weber. So let me, I just threw that glove away. So let me do this.
You still have to cut your bread.
I know, that's next, but I gotta first cut this meat. Wait, I can actually use that piece. All right, here we go. I'm sorry, I gotta eat that piece.
He is a bird, yes. Yes, but he eats a lot, this one. He didn't get to this size by accident. Lots of biltong powder, biltong, eggs, lots of eggs. Man, this kid can eat his eggs. He eats 3 eggs a day, by the way. Most days, maybe not today. Maybe it's just red meat for dinner tonight.
That is very nice. Jody, I think your suggestion is definitely the winner. It took longer to cook, but it worked really well.
That's what he said. It's going to take longer, but it's going to change how it cooks.
You can see the men with experience in the cooking. Hey, relax, boy. Take him for a walk, sweet.
Okay.
All right. I got to do this bread. All right, let me spray this down. I want to see what this bread looks like inside because I have not cooked or baked with this unbromated flour, this unbleached, all natural, no GMO stuff. What is this? What is this sorcery? All right, let's see. I think this will make a really pretty sourdough. That is nice.
I said the sourdough would be my preferred.
Yes.
Can you have the end? You want to give him the end? If
It even smells
in a
different.
Strip for me.
It even smells different. Will he eat bread?
Give him a strip, and he can just gnaw on it.
I'll give you the bottom heel part.
Exactly.
You want to try that? Give you half. You want to try that? All right. So, someone going to have champion meal tonight, that's for sure.
This is always our oldest daughter's plate, not going to lie.
Yeah.
She's the champion eater. Appreciates good food.
All right. I want to see when this thing cools down what its crust is like and stuff. Its crust feels harder. No,
I know, it's got a nice sound to it.
Yeah.
The butt is the best part of the bread.
Yes.
That is not the only thing, but yes.
That's not the only part the butt is the best of. How about that for a word twister?
I like how you slowed down to say that correctly.
Yes, I don't want to stumble over my own obnoxiousness. All right, so one with bacon, one without bacon, and then just bacon. So I don't know if you guys can see that. I try not to make it fall off the plate. See that? That actually looks really nice. And that tastes great. I think eye of round.
He liked the bread.
Okay, that's a first.
Wow. That is a first.
Yeah, he's been spitting out all the bread. He hasn't eaten any of it. So this is the first time he's actually asked. Shoo fly. So, I think that's it.
Oh,
is it good?
You.
I'm okay, thank you.
You eat it.
You eat it. It's a little soggy.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. That's okay. You have it. You good. All right. How about you come to me? Huh?
And I'll go turn off. You say your goodbyes.
Yes. All right. So thank you very much, everybody. I'm sorry. That was I don't know, for lack of better terms, a disconfoculated stream because nothing worked today. Man, that was a mission. But anyway, it's done. It's over. We got some success. The onions were a disaster, so we'll get big onions to try that shit again with.
We will play
and
with
we got mince, so we can make some mince on bread and sandwiches and jaffles.
Jaffles.
There we go. Yes, that's
rainy
my nose.
weather like we are experiencing is perfect.
In fact,
for
we can
jaffles.
use some of that bread. We keep it for Sunday. I'll make jaffles on Sunday with some braai, with some steak and stuff. I'll put in the TV. So that'll be jaffles and steak on Sunday. All right. So see you guys Sunday.
Yes.
All right. So enjoy it. Thank you very much for being on the stream. We done? Are we done?